Hey guys, it's Sloan again for Apotheosis. Today we're testing the No Eternal Tome Quad Clone Yeti Blimp Army because once the changes does come to the Eternal Tome, you're not going to use the army the same exact way with the Eternal Tome for the blimp. So we're going to be using the blimp a little bit differently. This is basically just going to be a test of how you can use the blimp in the future whenever the Eternal Tome is not going to be as powerful as it is now. So I'm going to get into an example attack and then get into the live legend attack. So I hope you guys enjoy. So when you're looking at a base, you're looking at how to get into the town hall. Typically, when you don't have the Eternal Tome or after the Eternal Tome nerf, you're looking for a short distance to the town hall, but not too short. Like the shortest possible distance, probably like right here, but that's probably a little bit too short. Just because it's kind of like, what's the point of the blimp? And to get to this town hall, all you have to do is get into the walls here. So you can come in from somewhat of the side, as well as you want to look for the sweepers. So that's the first thing you're looking for is how to get rid of the sweepers or how to avoid the sweepers. So on a base like this, you could avoid the sweepers sitting from just like straight from this angle. You really could, which wouldn't honestly be too bad, right? Because you have the fire spears pointing down. But after you find the sweepers and how to avoid them, you look for a giant arrow to either hit the sweepers or hit air defenses. I mean, you hit a couple air defenses, that's always going to be valuable, valuable, valuable. But then you're going to look for where you can send your royal champion with the rock spear seeking shield. You're going to look for big air damage. Typically, it's going to be on the backside. So up here, I mean, multi-arch tower, multi-gear cannon. That's a really good spot to send your royal champion. Out here and out here and another good spot be back here, but you're going to already go into the town hall early, so it's not going to make a difference. So royal champion, you'll send her up to this top side. And you want to make sure you drop your minion prince to go on the far side away from the blimp, which might sound kind of strange, right? But say we send a giant arrow to hit these air defenses, then we send the minion prince on this left right hand side. Well, it gets more right, more like right here with the mouse from pointing at. Be good to send the minion prince, and then be able to have him come this way, and he'll pop his ability to get through this part of the base. And then we'll have the blimp help tank for this part of the base. They'll tank for all of this, and that worked out really, really well for us. And then you have the world champion for the cleanup on the back. And you don't really have to worry about your queen too much, but you also want to make the funnel with your queen and a dragon, so everything goes together. All right, so we look for the giant arrow. We're gonna line it up. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna line it up where if she turns, she'll be lined up perfectly. Not quite, but that's okay. We'll send a couple dragons, make the funnel. You can always mess it up like that. It won't make too much of a difference. Then when we send everything in with the, what is it called? The life gem is going to really help out. And when you're tempted to pop the warrant ability for the Eternal Tome, like the old army, that's when you pop the warrant ability to help out, help heal up everything. So, and then you send the blimp a little bit after. That's really all you gotta do. So we're gonna have the blimp make it to the town hall here. It's gonna get pushed by a sweeper, but that's not gonna make too much of a difference. We're gonna clone and then push onto the town hall. Then we're gonna rage. It's gonna help take out the entire core. Pop the minion principally through this rage tower compartment. That's gonna help out. Even though he didn't quite get that rage tower, did he? Did he? But we do have this bottom side, which is great for the world champion. If there isn't like a Rikshakin or ground expo on her, you can drop her and just not pop her ability early. So she'll be able to hit out a few defenses here without really taking much damage before you pop a rock spear and seeking shield. See, she's got air defense. She can get out this bomb tower, and then you pop a rock spear seeking shield, and she'll help take out a multi-arch tower, and then she'll help take out this other multi-archer tower. She's going to take out two of them in an air defense, which is huge value, and she still has rocket spears left at this point. She still does. She's going to take out another air defense. Like, honestly, that was some crazy, crazy real champion value. But if you can just path it up perfectly like that, that's going to be a very easy way to get a 3 stars. Now, is it the most overkill? It's not the most overkill army, no. But it is going to work. And if you're afraid of the Eternal Tome nerf and how it's going to affect you for the next update, this is a decent option to use until then. But once the Eternal Tome does come back in the next update, well, once it's changed to its next state in the next update, I think you'll be able to use the strategy very similarly, but with the Eternal Tome instead. So you can practice it like this, just get yourself prepared, just to know how it's going to work a little bit differently. But yeah, it finishes base at about 2 minutes, minute 50, minute 45. Kind of depends exactly how fast your cleanup is, but it works out pretty well. It does. And we're just testing it today. The life gem does help the dragons get extra HP, as you can see in that life gem with the ward and the mini prince up as well. So not too bad. All right, this base. Well, how do we get into these sweepers to avoid the sweepers? So if we come in from this way or this way with the blimp, we'll avoid the sweeper entirely, or we could just giant arrow. So make a giant arrow this sweeper, hit this air defense, and then send my dragons to the left into this fire spitter, and we would delay the blimp. That'd be good. So we're gonna line up our giant arrow. She's gonna turn and be lined up. Perfect. We hit the sweeper and everything. When we use some dragons to help make the funnel, we're gonna send our dragons in and send the loons and then the dragon riders and the warden and the minion prince. Since we have the life gem, we want to make sure everything stays together. Then you kind of just pop the healing tome, just kind of when it feels like you're about to send the blimp with the old way using the army. Yeah, I'm gonna send the blimp in now. We really want to make sure we clone the actual yetis because they're gonna be tanking for our dragons and our dragon riders and our minion prince and warden, all of that. So we're gonna do our quad clone just around the town hall. We're just gonna rage up the Yetis. They're gonna be tanking nicely for us and help us take out this rage tower. We still have the minion prince ability and look for his ability to be good. Unfortunately, those Rockaloons and Ice Clones really stuck up our Yetis, didn't they? That is not fun at all. I mean, we still have a lot of power coming on through here. We have the Trio Trap in there as well. So it looks like they're trying to bait the Yetis, honestly, the Rockaloons in there. That's no worries. We have the Royal Champion, the Rock Spear Sticking Shield, which I want to use down at the bottom. We have the Minion Prince ability as well, which will certainly help out. And since we have the, what is it called? I'm going to move these Rockaloons up here to help with the dragons. Keep our Royal Champion alive better. Since we have the Rock Spear Sticking Shield, we're just going to learn to take out this first building, and then we pop it. Take out this air damage back here. Very big air value. Since we have the life gem, it allows our dragons to have 1,000 more HP, as well as our minion prince. Everything's just 1,000 more HP. It adds up quite a bit. Drop some cleanup back through here. Take out the rest of this damage. Minion prince ability to help out. And those dragons should take out that multi inferno, and everything's going to collapse together. So when testing this army, it does finish the base off in about a minute 45, minute 50, minute 2 minutes about. That seems about how long it takes, as well as you only have some of a few troops alive sometimes. Like you might have like 3 or 4 dragons, the Royal Champion, the Minion Prince, and the Warden, just kind of a smaller amount alive, but it still gets the job done. That's the crazy part. But yeah, not too hard. All right, double invis. So how do we hit the sweepers through here? Hmm. Maybe we just giant arrow and try to hit the air defense and sweepers in the town hall. All right, perfect. We got the town hall. Send the dragons back through here. I get Eternal Tome and then live stream the Dragon Riders. And then the Minion Prince, we're going to place him on the right side. So he'll loop him around more towards that. What is that thing called? That second Invis Tower. Pop the Healing Tome for the Blimp. We'll send the dragons in and the Blimp in. So the dragons should hopefully go rightward. That's my hope. Are going to quad clone the Yetis. They're going to be in this core. We're going to rage them up. We're going to have the Minion Prince going around the right. He wants to go for that other Invis Tower. That's going to help us nicely. I'm pretty sure his Tesla's up here. Yeah, no Tesla there. Only one? Okay. I mean, one Tesla is fine. Oh, they're at the bottom of this base. They flipped it. Okay. Because I know this base in general is like that. Well, Minion Principality through this double, single Inferno and Monolith compartment, he'll help take that out pretty easily. Send the Royal Champion back for these Teslas. Don't have to pop her ability instantly. The Queen's just chilling up top. So I think you have to line up your Minion Prince to hit the side where the Blimp's not going. That seems to be the strategy for this. You use your Minion Prince to have his ability pop through the side where your Blimp's not going. So you have your Yetis tank for your dragons on your Blimp side. Then you have your Minion Prince tank for your dragons on the other side. That seems to be how to do it. Okay, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. And make sure you use Royal Champion on the outside to clean up. All that's going to add together to allow you to get more value. And allow you to kind of just walk through a base pretty simply. I mean, it's only been a minute 27 left, and we still got the Royal Champion, and we got the cleanup coming on through. Not too bad. Not too bad, I think. All right, so that's not terrible. I'll say that. That's definitely not terrible. All right. So this base sweepers back through here. So how can we get into here? Looks like there's a lot of big air damage in this back end. All right, Royal Champion Rock Spear would be great back here. So Royal Champion back here is perfect. 2 multi-arch towers and an air defense. So I think I just want to come in from back around this right way. So how can I hit this air defense and sweeper? I can hit her here, and then she'll turn, and then she'll be lined up perfectly. All right, so she got the air defense. It's not quite the sweeper, but that's okay. We're make the funnel, and we're gonna head into this town hall a bit early. Dragon Rider's coming on through, and we're gonna send the blimp in from a strange angle. Pop the warden ability. Just have everything help. That super dragon's gonna be annoying, but that's okay. That's okay. The blimp's gonna make it, and we're not gonna clone yet. We're just gonna let the Yetis do their thing for a second. We're killing a Dragon Rider. Come on. That was a bad choice. This is a bad choice to approach from. But we do have the Yetis tanking now. We do have them tanking now. We do have the Minion Prince ability as well, which will pop that core. That'll help out. The Yetis tank on one side, Minion Prince tank on the other. Then we use the Rocket Spear Singing Shield to help take out these multi-arch towers up top. We'll drop the cleanup. We have the dragons coming through the bottom. And there we go. It didn't quite go exactly how I wanted with the clones. I should have dropped the dragons up here more and the blimp more back through here to get to that town hall. But we did get the initial plan done right, where the RC went for that back end heavy damage, the minion prince took out his section of the base, and the dragons and yetis took out the other section. So I mean we're gonna get it pretty easily, but was it pretty? No, it wasn't. No, it was not. But you know what? It doesn't have to be pretty for this army. It does not have to be pretty. I mean, there's no Eternal Tome, so it's inherently a bit different, a bit more different than any other army you're gonna use with dragons, right? Because dragons, you always do use the Eternal Tome, so it's always gonna be something kind of interesting like that, kind of interesting in a way. Yeah, the Minion Prince just gonna walk on through. It's especially nice having him with the Phoenix. That Phoenix allows him to get much more value if he does end up dying. Because if he dies, he's gonna die something valuable, something very, very valuable. Like I don't know, like a monolith or multi-arch tower, any of that. So he'll get another 8 seconds of damage, but he didn't even die this time. He's just chilling. He was just chilling. All right, so where's the big sweepers at? Sweepers pushing out this way. Lots of big damage back through here. This be a good spot, or this be a good spot for the Rocket Spear Seeking Shield. Either of these. Actually, this would be really, really good back through here. So when our center dragon's back up here, so we're gonna hit this air defense and hit this sweeper with giant arrow. We're gonna have her hit this helper hut first, and then she'll line up perfectly and hit both. All right, and then we'll make the dragons coming from up top. All right, and they're just gonna loop on through. We want the minion prince to help with like the middle. Send the dragon riders in. We're gonna pop the eternal tome right here, and we're gonna send the blimp in, kind of by itself. We want the dragons to go more leftwards with the queen, and the blimp to head for this town hall. All right, and then we'll have the blimps tank over here. We'll rage the yetis. We'll clone them all up, all in a circle. Then we'll just come on through that way. Those ice clones are gonna be annoying for a second. You know what? We got dragon riders and loons coming on through too. So look for the minion prince ability from here. Oh, he's behind these loons. He's stuck in that aura. I don't know which way he's facing. There's a good spot. That's a very, very good spot. We're gonna send the world champion back where we want her to go to. We're gonna let her take out this multi-gear cannon. Actually, we can let her take out the wizard tower. No, we can't. The world champion, their defending one is. So we gotta pop her ability. She'll take out the multi-arch tower. She'll take out that single inferno in a second as well. Oh, we didn't get that arch tower back through there. That's annoying. Yeah, down goes the single inferno. And we'll take out the scatter. Very, very nice. And we'll take out this world champion. We'll drop a minion to help with that ricochet cannon. The minion prince, he has the phoenix here. He's gonna help out with some of these defenses. We have the royal champion still chilling. We'll drop some cleanup. We'll drop some cleanup archers. We have the warden still coming on through. I think, yeah, we definitely have enough damage. This Sneezy's gonna help this royal champion. She's chilling. There's no more ground damage really. Air fence is gonna go down, and there's basically no more air damage. So, was it the most overkill? No, not the most overkill. But does it work? It does work. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. The Sneezy's gonna go down. We got the royal champion coming on through. Yeah, Sneezy. Rip the Sneezy, but this archery tower is low HP. So I remember looking at it earlier, it was like 25%. Royal champion will one-shot it. Yeah, she'll one-shot it, and then we'll clean up the rest of the base. We'll clean up the rest of the base, not the base. I speak properly. I mean, that was pretty easy. You just gotta identify the spot to drop the World Champion Rock Spear at. Then you gotta make sure you get a good giant arrow. And then just make sure you send your dragons in towards Town Hall. Your minion prince on his own section, the dragons on the other. Works out pretty well on this guy from clan name Beer. I don't know why his name is Beer, but his clan name is Beer. It's definitely, definitely interesting. But not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, invisible at Town Hall. So how do we get these sweepers is a question. Make a giant arrow like this. And get the sweepers and the air fences. I think two air defenses, the sweepers, and trigger the invis tower. Then we send the dragons in from this bottom side. I think we'd be set. We just gotta make sure we hit this. All right, perfect. We hit everything. All right, let's make a dragon a funnel, then send our dragons in. All right, send the warden, minion prince, the loons, and then the dragon riders. They're just gonna push it forward. We're gonna pop this warden ability about when you want to send the blimp with the old army. About this time you want to send the blimp, we'll pop the healing tome. Then we'll send our blimp in. It has a free path into this town hall, and it's gonna tank very nicely for this rage core. And we're gonna clone, quad clone, and we're gonna rage. We're gonna have Yetis everywhere in all sides of this town hall. Very nice value, as well as gonna take out the multi infernos. I think this base is a bit counter to the blimp. I think because of the tornado trap super dragon and the ricochet cannons in that core. I think that's what they're trying to counter. But we're still gonna take out that. We're not getting that other multi. Okay, so that wasn't very big value from the blimp because of how it was baited. But that's okay. What about this minion prince? What's he about to be doing? We need him to turn into the right. Alright, he'll pop through there. That'll help out. We can have him help take out this super dragon. We have our dragons coming on through. Drop some cleanup up top. And we use the royal champion. Let her take out this multi-arch tower. And once she takes that out, we should be set from here. We're just gonna let her hit on it first. And once she takes that, we're gonna pop the rocket spear. So she's not in the range of that ricochet cannon. She can take out the back end air defense. You see, she's so nice on the outside. Because on the outside, she can just take out whatever. Take out the air defense. Now there's only one big air defense left. And we're about to take it out here. Alright, and Ricochet, what is that? Yeah, Ricochet. The defending king's actually kind of crazy in this core, I'm not gonna lie. He is actually crazy. And he's a menace to our minion prince. Super Dragon's a pretty good counter, isn't it? Isn't it? Alright, we gotta figure out how to counter that in the core. We gotta figure that out. Because that's not very effective for us, is it? That is not. So maybe, just maybe, if we had a poison, but how could we get a poison? We probably can't. So we need to make sure we probably funnel better so we get more into that core for that Super Dragon sooner. That's my assumption. That's my assumption. Alright, so sweepers point out this way. Where's the big air damage? This would be a good spot for the Rock Spear Signature Shield, so we're going to save that spot up there. So, I think we can come in from this way. Our queen would almost instantly die at the bottom. So what if we just hit this air defense and sweeper and send our dragons this way? That looks good. If I can hit this angle. Can I hit the angle? Perfect, I can. Alright. I wasn't sure. I'm going to be honest for a second. I wasn't sure if I could do it. Alright, send the warden with the life gem. We send the dragon riders. We're going to have everything just kind of pull up. And we're going to pop this healing tome into this core to help out. And we're just going to send the blimp a short distance back here. It's going to seem strange for a second. We're just going to have to get it over this wall. There's no traps right there. It's over this wall. It's safe. We're going to clone. And we're going to rage. I didn't rage or clone the last time. We're just going to clone. There we go. There we go. Now look for the minion prince ability in this core. We'll pop it. That'll help out. That'll get through a lot of this base. We'll have to help get through these furnaces. Those furnaces really do wreck us quite a bit. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. Roll champion ability from the top. Help her take out the multi-arch towers in the air defense. Drop cleanup. We don't have to drop cleanup on that bottom side. The minion prince, he's getting pulled by that royal champion. What in the world? He got pulled across the map. He should take out that monolith. He'll help take out that air defense. Can he get that sweeper? He can. Can he get this multi-inferno? No, he can't. No, he can't, but the royal champion can. We'll drop some cleanup back through here. Down goes the inferno. Can she get this Tesla? She should be able to get Tesla, and she goes invis one more time. She should be able to get the inferno. So yeah, we're going to have enough damage here. We're just going to kind of just walk through the rest of this. Well, I guess fly. Is the World Champion can almost get the multi-arch tower? She gets down to half HP. We've got plenty of dragons, relatively high HP. They each got about over 5,000 each because of the life gem. The life gem gives extra 1,000, so that's pretty good for us there. Able to fly through. We have the Sneezy as well. That poison, that Giga Bomb at the end is going to be a nasty little combo. I'm not going to lie. That thing's going to hit us. It's going to hit us hard. It's going to hit us like the Great Depression or something. But yeah, this multi-arch tower actually is hitting too. Alright, the booger is going to tank really well. The booger and the life gem, I like that combo. I'm not going to lie. That multi-archer tower hits. It really does hit. Man, that's tough. We can get through that multi-arch tower. We can get through the fire spitter. I mean, is it the cleanest? It's definitely not. It's definitely not the cleanest attack ever. But yeah, we'll get through there. We'll spawn another booger. So Sneezy should help out. Is this a time fill or what? Hopefully not. The booger, how low is these buildings? The booger takes out a red air bomb. Another booger spawns. Man, this is exciting. These little boogers coming on through. They're gonna do it for us. They're gonna do it. Oh, no, there's still one more. No, the sneezy goes down. That red air bomb kills a sneezy. You hate to see it. You hate to see it coming. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, the booger will get through here. We'll get that. It's gonna be 98 or 99. I think it's definitely gonna be 99. Yeah. Yeah. Rip. Rip. Oh well. Oh well. One building left. I knew I should have saved an archer there. I knew I should have. That king really is the best air defense in the game, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, double rage. Where's the sweepers? Oh, there's some strange sweeper spots. But typically on these, you want to come in from the side of a base. On these kind of box bases. Because that allow you to get more ability value. So where can I giant arrow and hit the sweepers? I can't really get the sweepers by coming from the bottom, but I take out two air defenses. That sweeper is going to be a menace. But I can't really angle that well, so I'm going to hit this one down here. I can hit that sweeper back through there. Perfect. And use the dragon to help funnel on the nook of this base. See how it's like spread out a bit further in, and have the life gem come on through. We send the loons, then we send the dragon riders. The loons actually get quite a bit of value from the life gem, not gonna lie. They get like when the troops are most affected by a life gem, we'll pop the warden ability, to heal them back up, and then we'll send the blimp in. And once the minion prince is lined up perfectly forward, we're gonna pop his ability. Once he's perfectly straight. He's almost perfectly straight. Almost. We'll pop it. That's a good spot. We got the blimp coming on through, hitting sweepers, hitting everything. But it's okay. We're going to rage, and we're going to clone the Yetis, help them in that core. And now we're looking for the Royal Champion ability. Where would be a good spot for her? We want to get some big air targets like the multi-archer tower, monolith. All those are good spots, as well as, I think definitely just push her into this core. Yeah. We'll just pop her ability in this core to help out with like these Teslas and the monolith. That's the best spot. And those Yetis help to take out the air defense. Very nice. Help take out that ricochet cannon and help keep the queen alive. The minion prince, he is going to go down, unfortunately. The warden's still in that core. He's going to help with that monolith, the royal champion. That defending king is actually a menace. He actually is. The sneezy's in there. This is looking a little bit tough from here. The royal champion's coming on through. I think putting the royal champion in the core was a very bad choice after all. I think it was a very, very bad choice. If I had her on the outside, she would take out all of this. My Sneezy and Ward and Mini Prince would take out the core. Yeah, that's a fatal mistake. Don't do that. That we learned that now. That's a bad, bad option. With the previous with the Eternal Tome, that could work out, but I think with the Life Gem, you don't want that to happen at all. Because we would have cleared this top size, this Expo would be gone, and the Queen would be alive right here. But because we didn't do that, we're gonna have some issues. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So little things like that's gonna add up. I can get to 90%, but it's early season. I don't care about that one trophy. Someone's gonna end it. That one trophy does not matter day two of the season. I'll be honest. All right, so all the big air damage is literally back through here. This fire spitters are both pointing down this way too, so we're just gonna come to this side early. So where can we giant arrow? The sweeper's also pointing that way too. Okay, that's why. Can we hit this sweeper and this air defense? I mean, we're gonna risk it. No, we cannot hit the sweeper and the air defense. No, we cannot. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna do something very, very dumb. I'm gonna go into double sweepers with no eternal tome. I'm gonna be the one to tell you the tale on the other side. I'm gonna be the one who lives to tell you the tale. Hopefully, we'll pop this healing tome here to get through this core. We'll send in the blimp as well, but we're not gonna send it into the double sweepers. I lied. I'm gonna let the dragons tank for the double sweepers. I can't do that. I can't in good conscience send my blimp to a double sweeper like that. Or apparently I can send it to a single, but that's not gonna matter. The clone the Yetis in this core help out in that core. Need the minion prince to turn onto this ricochet cannon. Yeah, now he does. We'll pop his ability through there. That'll help out. We'll send the royal champion back for these Teslas. Help take these out before popping her ability. There we go. Drop some archers. Some archers. And she'll go invis and we'll pop her ability. Alright, we'll pop her ability, let her help take these out. Take out the air defense. That monolith she'll help take out. No, the mini prince gets it. Never mind. I mean, we're chilling. I mean, was this very good base? No. It was not a very good base. I miss the sleepers. Those double sleepers are a menace. I'm not gonna lie. If you miss them, they're a menace, menace, menace. But it happens. It happens. And we'll get through here, and it'll be a pretty easy 3-star for this. It would be. Yeah, pop through these last two. Be pretty quick as well. But man, that was a bad base. That was very, very bad base. I'm not gonna lie. But GG. We ended up going plus 291 a day. This one was a time fail, and this first one, I placed my RC in the wrong location. So I mean, is it the greatest army? And not quite the greatest army, but it does show the power of how to use the blimp once the Eternal Tome changes do come into effect. So we'll be seeing how that happens. Because you can use the Eternal Tome, the way you use the blimp today, it'll work out pretty well. But I think that means the blimp's not going to be dead, but you got to attack a bit differently. And how you're going to be able to use the quad blimp army is going to be a little bit differently. You got to use a little bit more thinking, a little bit more of your brain, but it'll still work out pretty easily. But if you guys enjoyed the video, I appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.